All right, ladies and gentlemen, the WrestleMania weekend show predictions, or prediction shows, as I learned how to talk, continue with a special bonus episode of Paperwork Podcast. This one is a bonus special episode where we are going to talk about the NXT card for TakeOver New Orleans this weekend. And it's special because Mike Peachy is not here, thank fucking God.
The knowledge, the pure knowledge that spills out of Mike Peachy will not be for the show.
The Encyclopedia Peachtanica, if you must. Oh, God, I hate myself. It's just me and Respass for this one. Peachy was not able to record. And, no, that's fine. Like, I think this is going to be interesting, Mike. Let's see how you and I interact. Let's see how you and I predict this one.
Yeah. Can we just make fun of Peachy randomly if we have nothing to say?
That's what I do during my daily life.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Just to make sure the concept of this show is not changed.
You know what? We didn't talk about this beforehand. Let's make Peachy's prediction for him. What would Peachy do? What would Peachy do?
Let's do that. I'm all for that.
Oh man! So, yep, this is a little bonus episode. We thought about it earlier in the week. Just let's talk about the NXT card because most likely this is probably going to be the best matches of the weekend overall. This is NXT takeovers are always stacked cards, and this one is no exception. Probably has one of my favorite matches ever that NXT's going to be able to do. Mike, any just general thoughts on it, or?
I'm pretty sure I know what match you're talking about, and if I'm looking at this right, I think we're talking about it second, so the viewers know what match you're talking about.
Yes, exactly.
Now, I mean, obviously NXT TakeOver before WrestleMania is amazing, and
my only issue with it is I don't like that they do it on Saturday night. I always liked how they did the Hall of Fame on Saturday night, the night before WrestleMania.
Yeah,
but now they do it on. It was dumb, but I was just like I always liked that.
No, I agree with you. I think like when we went there for the weekend, I felt like as being a fan going, it broke it up a little bit, which was nice. Yep. You had TakeOver on Friday, then you had that little calm down with the Hall of Fame, and then you had like we went and seen Ring of Honor that day, and it gave you almost time to do all those little other things. And then WrestleMania is basically an all-day event. And then if you're going to Raw and SmackDown now, instead of being 4 straight days, you kind of it broke it up a little bit.
Plus, I do like the Hall of Fame ceremony that it does honor people that did a lot for WWE or whatever like that. It was always fun, but either way, NXT TakeOver New Orleans is taking place the Saturday night before WrestleMania. So let's start talking about this card that they have here. And we're coming out guns blazing in this prediction show. We're starting off with the NXT Championship match. Andrade Cien Almas versus Aleister Black.
And we're starting with this for purely selfish reasons of your own, and I understand it.
Yes, and hopefully everyone will see why, but go ahead.
Yeah.
What do you got, Mike?
I'm going with Almas purely on the fact that I don't believe Black. And a lot of my predictions are on who I believe needs the title, who do I believe helps having the title, having the wins. I know it doesn't necessarily work with what WWE is doing, but as far as my prediction, I'm going with Almas. I don't think Black needs the title. I think he has that. I don't mean to. I don't mean to compare him to the Undertaker in that sense, just because he's a dark, But it's that same thing. Bray Wyatt, he doesn't need the title, so I almost feel like it helps Almas more than it hurts Aleister Black losing this match. Where if you just put on a really good match between the two of them. I think it will help Almas, and I also believe that Black is sooner to be up on the main roster than Almas is. So I think this might be his last NXT match, to be honest with you.
Fair enough. I got Black winning. I think I think this is actually Almas's last match in NXT, and I think he's getting the call up to the main roster on Monday or Tuesday. Okay. Him and Selena Vega, they've been phenomenal. This is actually, it's a very full circle story because Andrade Cien Almas was Aleister Black's first match in NXT WrestleMania last year at Orlando. Okay. So it's a nice kind of full circle storyline there. I think it closes the chat. Well, because Black beat Almas last time, I can just see him doing it again, and then I can see Almas being that kind of new Finn Balor type down in NXT to where he has a very lengthy reign. I don't see Black coming up anytime soon just because there's no place for him on the card, really. On the main card. Like you said, that Bray Wyatt, stuff like that. Let him sit down there. Let him kind of hone his skills a little bit better. I think Almas is, with him and Vega, they are kind of ready for the main roster. Okay. I think they'll be that good, heel foreigner type thing, like that basically that Alberto Del Rio position.
Right.
So that's why I think it'll go.
Who
do we think?
I think before he goes, and I don't know enough about Drew McIntyre, where he is, and if they have any intentions of him staying in NXT. But I feel like when Almas goes, he'll probably lose the title to McIntyre. So I think that's what I'm basing it on a little bit. I can see McIntyre taking it away from him. I feel like Black's one of those guys. He doesn't need a title. They're bringing in too many guys currently that I could see possibly being the new title holder. Where I feel like Black, where you're saying he's going to have a long reign and he could compete against those guys, I could see them just moving him up now. Almost in the Baron Corbin fashion a little bit. He's the dominant guy down there, but he never actually won the title. I don't know. I have a weird feeling Black, this will be his last match.
All right. Who do you think Peachy would pick? What dumbass response do you think Peachy would have for this one? I'm going with Black. I think Peachy would pick Black. Yep, because he usually hates, he doesn't like Alberto Del Rio. He got, the Andrade, the Almas Gargano match is what sparked us doing our first episode.
Yeah, and I think he does have a bad taste in his mouth. Yeah, I think
he just generally thinks Black's a lot cooler. So you going with Black too?
Yeah, I think Peachy predicts Black here.
Fair enough. I really think that. So, match of the night is next. Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler. I think Ember Moon's going to win. Because I do think Shayna Baszler's getting called up relatively soon. It's more to work with the Rousey thing, to kind of create a stable of them too. To kind of start leading to the 4 Horsewomen. What I'm hoping we get to is WrestleMania next year is the 4 Horsewomen versus the 4 Horsewomen. So I don't know the MMA ones. I know it's Shayna Baszler, Ronda Rousey, and I don't know the 2 other girls versus Sasha, Charlotte, Bayley, and Becky. That's the match I think is set up perfectly for Mania next year with everything. So I think Ember Moon's going to retain. I think she's staying down in NXT for a while, so I don't think we're going to see... I don't know if we're going to... I think we might see Shayna Baszler in the Women's Battle Royal.
Right.
I think she might have a shot of winning it. I know in that prediction show I picked the Iconic Duo, but I think Shayna has a decent shot of winning it as well. But yeah, I see Ember Moon still holding on to the title down there.
And I'm going to disagree with you again. I see Baszler winning this. Actually, for a weirdly similar reason of you picking Ember Moon to win. I think it's going to legitimize her a little bit more as a force. So when she does get called up, I don't expect her to hold on to the title very long. I expect her and Ember Moon to have a third match. I expect Ember Moon to win that one.
Oh, really?
And then I expect Baszler to go up. Yes, I mean, they have their whole...
You're wrong, but I mean, that's fine. That's
but
fine.
Now and actually, that's another recall to a previous episode, the Rousey episode, I believe, where you mentioned WrestleMania and I mentioned Survivor Series for that match.
Okay, yeah.
Quite possibly headlining Survivor Series. because that's something that could get lost in the shuffle at WrestleMania. That could headline a Survivor Series.
Wow, that's not bad.
But yeah, I see Baszler winning this. I don't know. It's hard for her to lose back to back to Ember Moon, and then I realize they don't necessarily correlate NXT to the main roster as far as how good they are and what they do. I just feel like her winning the title at least puts a little bit more like that badass to her.
I could see her winning the title because I think they're pushing for Kairi Sane to come up, and Kairi Sane beating Shayna Baszler would be a lot better because then I don't really know who's going to beat Ember Moon then.
Right.
She's not that unstoppable force like Asuka, but it's just like there's nobody really in the pipeline, I don't think, that could beat Ember Moon. So, fair enough. What do we think Peachy would say for this match?
I think he'd say who, and then we tell him. First of all, now I can tell you right now. God, you're asking me as Peachy.
Yeah.
It's just a pee break, so it doesn't really matter who wins. It's a pee break.
Yeah, because there's the one thing I've learned is there's no pee breaks in NXT matches.
Any women's match, he can go to the bathroom, come out, and they just stop. I think Peachy would pick Ember Moon because you pronounce Baszler's name about 18 different ways and you confuse them. So,
yeah, I'm going with Ember Moon too because I don't know. I just don't think he likes Shayna Baszler. Just again, that's number 19. I said her name wrong. Again, why did we decide I was the host of this? That I would have the most talking time? Why?
You're eloquent.
As I burped into the microphone, so yeah, this is wonderful. This is a great bonus episode. Alrighty, so yeah, I got Ember Moon too. I think he kind of likes her, so we'll go with that. All right, so the next match. So a little bit of spoiler warnings here. We're hopefully releasing this around the same day this match is fully announced, but if not, maybe skip ahead 5 to 10 minutes. This is the finals for the Dusty Rhodes Classic, and it is also for the NXT Tag Team titles. It is the Undisputed Era versus the Authors of Pain versus Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne. One note with the Undisputed Era, Bobby Fish got hurt at a NXT house show. So the current speculation is that Adam Cole is going to be pulling double duty this night and partnering with Kyle O'Reilly to represent the Undisputed Era. The the Freebird rule essentially within the Undisputed Era. But I got Undisputed Era retaining. I don't think AOP is heading up to the main roster soon. So I don't think it makes any sense for them to win, even though it does kind of. But I also don't see Roderick Strong or Pete Dunne winning. I would like to, but that just doesn't make sense as a tag team. I kind of also see I see Roddy turning heel during this match as well, and possibly partnering with the Undisputed Era. And I don't get it, but here I love Pete Dunne. Like him and Tyler Bate at NXT last year or something like that was match of the year for me. So it's going to be a fun match. Something wonky's going to happen. Someone's going to get thrown through the tables. But yeah, I got Undisputed Era retaining the tag team titles and winning the Dusty Rhodes Classic. Who you got?
Well, I guess add that extra spoiler. I didn't know. I'll rat myself out so you can't call me out on this. I did not know that Bobby Fish was hurt. So my mindset was Undisputed Era, and I'm still leaning towards it. I think it depends on where they put Adam Cole's double duty at for the night. It depends on if this is his second match or first match of the night. If this is his second match of the night, I actually see Dunne and Strong winning it. Not holding on to the titles very long, but winning it. Purely for the fact that I agree with you. I think Authors of Pain is moving up, and they might even be up as close as at WrestleMania. I could see them coming out with the Bludgeon Brothers, like I mentioned in the previous, at the SmackDown prediction episode. But
great reference.
Yeah. But I think it all depends on the placement of the match. If this match starts it off, I think Undisputed Era has a better chance. But I'll go done strong. I'll go done strong in this match, just because I think it's going to be a quick transition. They're almost going to be a transition title holder, or for argument's sake, it's a triple threat. There's no DQs. I'm curious if there's any weird way that this match ends. Like, with no DQs, there's no way that Dunn and Strong could win the Dusty Rhodes, but not.
Yeah, I think the way that
I think they're going to be correlated. So if that's the case, I'm going to go with Dunn and Strong.
I do like that style though. Of like, it'd be really cool if they have War Machine interfere in this match. Actually, that could be the way they do something like this. Actually, this would be perfect then. War Machine interferes and takes out AOP, which sets up a match for them at a future takeover. You have Adam Cole's already beat Roddy Strong, I think once or twice on TV. He can do some chicken shit heel shit, and then somehow Undisputed Era retains the titles, and that just works perfectly for them. That would be kind of cool. So, for Peachy now, I got AOP winning for Peachy.
Yeah, absolutely. Authors of Pain, that's Peachy written all over it. I mean,
it is.
He's still raving about their tag team match at the
takeover
we were at. He said that was a better
match of the night than
the
first WWE. Yeah, the first WWE 5-star match in 7 years.
And I realized Undisputed Era was involved in that match, but he raved. I think Authors of Pain stood
right
out
up his
more
alley.
The way he talked about it. Yeah.
AOP wears cargo pants, I think. So I think that's right up his alley. Alrighty, so a fun match, which I'm really excited for. The newly announced North American Championship match, ladder match, between the likes of Adam Cole, EC3, Killian Dane, Lars Sullivan, Velveteen Dream, and Ricochet. This has clusterfuck written all over it. I am excited. I think this is going to be a very fun match. I think it's cool. You have two debuts, or actually, spoilers here. Skip ahead a minute or two. I was going to say you were going to have two debuts here, but I believe next week on NXT you have Ricochet versus I forget who the other guy, D-Jack, or I forget what the guy's name is. One of the other new signees, but I think Ricochet is going to do some flippy shit off the ladder, which is going to be great. Velveteen Dream is just going to be as weird as he always is. Lars Sullivan is going to slam someone through a ladder. Same with Killian Dane. They're going to be slamming each other through a ladder or something like that. EC3 and Adam Cole, I think, are going to be some of the highlights of the match.
Yeah.
I have... I don't even know. I don't know really who to pick for this one. I want to say they're going to go with Velveteen Dream just because he's a homegrown product. But I feel Adam Cole needs the title the most. Even though he has the name, I think he needs a little bit of gold around him to kind of cement him. But then also, I look at EC3. EC3, the way his character, the way he debuted this week, he needs the gold around him just as much.
Right.
But I'm going to go with Adam Cole, baby.
Okay.
Who you get?
I am going to go with EC3, and there's multiple reasons. One, I don't see. I think, like you said, Sullivan and Dane are in this match to, throw people around.
Yep.
Velveteen Dream is in the match to, like you said, be weird, jump off stuff, and it'd be fine if he jumps really, into 3 ladders and is laying there for 2 hours because nobody will care as much.
Definitely think he deserves to be in here, though. Like his character,
yeah.
like, has been so good.
But he's like the I should say this when we're talking like Peachy, but he's the Kofi Kingston in this match in a sense. Where it's like, I want to see him. He deserves to be in this match, but he ain't going to win.
Yeah.
I see it being actually leading to an EC3 Ricochet thing for the title. I believe, and again, it all depends on placement of this match in a tag team match with Adam Cole. I'm going to completely contradict my first prediction and say I see Black, if he wins the title, leading to him and Cole again. So I could see EC3 and Ricochet feuding over this title over something stupid happening in the match where it looks like Ricochet's going to win it, EC3 does something. If this comes after the tag team match, who knows? Adam Cole could get hurt in that tag team match and not even participate in this. You know what I mean? It all depends on how the night goes and what happens. I think they're going to use this to debut, even if it's not Ricochet's debut match, to really debut him.
Yeah.
And it's going to lead to him and EC3 without having to take up the NXT title for either one of them. Allow them feud over this new title. Try to bring some legitimacy with guys that had names prior to coming in here. Like you said about Adam Cole, I think they're going to do it with Ricochet and EC3.
I like that. That's the one thing I like, that they are adding a mid-card title.
Yeah.
Because then it adds some things. My only issue is now all your NXT specials are basically, it's all the titles on the line at all times. Which isn't bad, but like it tends, like it's it can take away from other things. Like there's only one non-title match on this card.
Yeah.
So maybe it helps build those feuds up. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but
I would say it's going to bring you more triple threats and stuff like that, but they've been doing that at most of the takeovers anyway. So, regardless if it was a title or not, they're finding some way to squeeze as many guys in there. I don't think it's that bad of a thing.
So do you think, here's just another thing. Does Dixie Carter show up in the crowd? I was thinking about this. I'm like
you should save that for Peachy's prediction if he knew who Dixie Carter was. She is who screws Ricochet.
That's what
and then EC3 gets the title. There it is, right there.
I'm like I don't know if you're like, I could see that happening.
I think that EC3 is going to win on some type of screw job over Ricochet. So that is just as possible as being it as any.
So when Bischoff, like comparing this to Bischoff, like when Bischoff showed up on Raw as the Raw general manager, that was huge. And the mainstream fans knew who Bischoff was because you were somewhat coming right off the heels of the whole Monday Night Wars, and wrestling was more mainstream. If Dixie Carter was to show up on Monday Night Raw, a lot of the fans probably wouldn't know or understand who she was, that she ran TNA for so many years.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't make sense. But in NXT, makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. That crowd is going to know who she is. Everyone who's watching it is going to know who she is. And it's that same Bischoff thing, except taken down to NXT. And I think it'd be pretty cool. Like if EC3 wins, that's the reason why I'm saying he wins.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yep. And so for Peachy, I think he would say Killian Dane because Dane is Scottish, and that's about all I have. Although I would say he would pick like a Ricochet or something because Peachy likes flippy shit.
Well, we have to tell PG that Ricochet does flippy shit before he picks him.
Exactly.
So if he's picking on his knowledge of this match, I think you're right. Killian Dane is...
I don't even think he knows who Killian Dane is. I think I would say, Peach, you're going to pick Killian Dane because he's Scottish. And then he's like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, who do you picking for him?
Killian Dane. Yeah, I think that's Peachy's pick.
Yeah, well, we have the same picks for Peachy. And here we go. Match of the night, probably match of the weekend, in my opinion. I think this should main event NXT. I think this storyline is bigger than any title match that they have. Even the NXT title, I think this match has it Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. This, hands down, has been one of the best stories they've put together. Gargano and Ciampa when they did the Cruiserweight Classic, they had like a 10-15 minute match, and that was great. The build-up for this, like, they've barely been on actual TV, like in the wrestling ring. It's been all backstage stuff. It's an unsanctioned match. I think they're going to give this one, 35 minutes, and I think it's going to just be tops. I think that. So the stipulation is, let me just make sure I read this right. If Gargano wins, he will be reinstated to NXT, but if Ciampa wins, Gargano will be banned from NXT. I see Ciampa winning it because really? Ciampa, I think Ciampa needs it more than Johnny. But Johnny also needs it too because he can't keep losing. Yeah. But the reason why I think that is also I think Johnny is going to get called up soon. Right. I just hope Candice LeRae gets called up with him, and it's not just him and she's left down in NXT. But yeah, I got Ciampa winning. I think he needs it more because Ciampa's going to stay in NXT for a little bit longer. But I think this is going to be match of the weekend. I'm sorry. Even over Styles Nakamura.
Really?
Yes.
That's saying a lot.
I
don't know. I don't know that I'd go that far because I still believe that they're going to give Styles and Nakamura the time for that match to basically headline, even though it's not going to headline the show. I think they're going to give that enough time that it needs. And I don't know. Again, it all depends on card placement. I don't know that Ciampa and Gargano is going to have the time for this to be it. I'm going to go with Gargano purely because in our previous episode with the prediction on SmackDown, I predicted that Zayn and Owens might possibly lose that match but still get rehired.
Yeah. You have similar storylines across.
They're both you're going to lose your job, you won't get rehired, you can come back if you win. Having them both, and I know they're not connected, and I know this is probably way too much advanced thinking for WWE's writers.
This is way too much advanced thinking for me.
I personally don't see them both winning.
I have a headache after this.
And I don't know that Gargano has like that same type of out as Zayn and Owens do. I see one of them being a little bit fishy, except for, I guess, in your mind, he's going to move up. So him being gone from NXT, he's going to move up.
Yeah.
But I think Gargano wins this. I think he has to. I think part of me thinks you can't have Ciampa come out on top and then Gargano leave.
You always go out on your back?
Well, you do.
That's what yeah. Yeah, I wipe it off and then go out. Oh, man. All right, who do you think Peachy would pick? I'm going Ciampa just because of him being beard. No, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, shit, I fucked that up. Sorry, I'm writing down my predictions and I deleted something. I got Ciampa just because because Peachy is annoyed at Gargano from the last match.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's
I think
him being
if we
spiteful.
Put pictures in front of him, no. First of all, he wouldn't know their names. Second of all, he'd pick the guy with the beard. So, I'm going to go, he's our personal beard guy. He'd pick the guy with the beard. I agree with you. Weirdly, we both think of Peachy the same way, because I agree with you. I think Ciampa.
Yeah, we picked Peachy the same people for all these matches. I am going to text him after this and say, hey, who do you think would pick the winners to these matches for us real fast?
Well. And
then I'll just tell him to listen to the show. Anything else crazy you think's going to happen during the show? You think we're going to get any debuts or anything? Like, I haven't, I haven't heard of any recent signings or anything like that would make it.
The one thing I'm wondering is, with the four horsewomen, the MMA four horsewomen.
Yes.
Do they only have the two of them signed currently, right?
Yes. I think you're going to get a crowd shot of them. But that's not like the big, like when we were at Philly, EC3 was there. Like that was the big one that was just signed.
Yeah, but there's usually a couple. That's my low end one. I think. I could see them promoting them if they sign them, or at least get them out there, because I see them at the very least using them for a one-off match.
Yeah, hands down.
As far as anybody else, yeah, it's.
There's nobody else really that I like. I don't think they haven't signed anybody.
Yeah, I can't think. I mean, you're going to have guys from the main roster there shown on TV.
Yeah, that's probably what you're going to get.
You'll probably get that a lot, and you'll have Ric Flair sitting out there or something like that. Yeah, I can't think. I honestly cannot think of somebody that has been realistically thought of as coming over.
It's like the main guys. It's like Omega, the Bucks, Cody, Hangman Page, basically the entire Bullet Club. Will Ospreay, that would have been nice. I would love to see Kushida in WWE, but that ain't happening. Yeah, I really I don't think there's going to be any big, because I don't think I haven't heard of anybody or like contracts ending up or anything like that. That would lead me to believe like, oh yeah, so and so is going to be there. Like basically at NXT TakeOver Philly, I was pretty damn sure EC3 was showing up.
Right.
Yeah.
The only thing I could think of, just because I think they sorely need it, is some type of female. I think their women's division needs a little bit of a
push.
A little shot in the arm. I off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody, but I have a weird feeling you're going to see some type of, whether it's one of the MMA 4 horsewomen or something. They'll play it up as much as they can. But yeah. I just have a weird feeling that some type of, and like I said, I agree with you, and I haven't seen anything. There's nobody that comes to mind. But if they're at least gonna put somebody that nobody is really sure who they are, I see it being some type of women wrestler.
Yeah. So there we go. There's our NXT predictions for both you and me and Peachy. And I will have to say, we do need Peachy on these podcasts because they are pretty. There's a lot more comedy value with Peachy here.
Yeah, I laughed the least on this episode.
Well, yeah. We'll laugh after this, though, when I listen back and hear me talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need Peachy's 45 seconds of commentary.
Yeah. When saying generic statements. Well, yeah, he's NXT. They wrestle down there, so it's obviously going to be a wrestling show. Peachy's the John Madden of our group. So, well, we'll end it with that. So NXT, I think, again, this is going to be a highlight of the weekend, as always. Again, my opinion is Gargano Ciampa is going to be match of the weekend. WWE match of the weekend.
Yeah,
I think Cody and Omega at Supercard of Honor probably will be the match of the weekend. Just in general. I just have to figure out a way to watch two things at the same time.
2 TVs.
I did that one year. It was a little frustrating. I did it last year for Hardys and Bucks in a ladder match at Supercard of Honor. Alrighty, so about 3 hours of recording today for our entire WrestleMania predictions. It was we hope you enjoyed this bonus episode. A little shorter at only about 35 minutes. So we we hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed all these predictions, and keep listening. Give I don't know where I'll post these exactly, but if you can, give it a like, do the subscribe stuff, comment, tell me how terrible my English is, and tell Respass nice haircut.
Thanks.
So, no problem. But again, thanks everyone for listening, and we will catch you around next time.